Hey. And Simon Stevenson, home improvement expert, barbecue expert. We are man down.
We are a man down.
Our brother Adam he's on a promise, I think, isn't he?
He is.
He's gone away for a little Easter.
He's going down to see his girl.
He's gone to get a little Easter treat.
Yeah. Well, we're a man down.
A little Easter bunny.
Yeah. We're a man down and a day early, actually, aren't we?
I know, it's all out of sync, isn't it? Thank you for coming in on a Thursday, Simon.
Right. I love it, mate. Missed it last week.
Yeah, so 133353 is the telephone number. We got a lot to talk about. And during the Man Cave, we look at the big stories of the week. We give you a chance to recap. It's been a hell of a week, Simon. We have not had many spaces on our phone board at all.
I don't imagine.
And here we are, Brisbane coming out of a 3-day lockdown. It may continue today. Anastasia Palaszczuk and the Chief Medical Officer will make an announcement. We'll talk to our newsman at Triple M Brisbane, David Shiraz, live, Queensland time. I think it'll be 4:45. It'll be 4:45 our time. David will hopefully have an update then. But it's just such a shit fight, isn't it? I know you're dying to have your say, but just let me say this. We spoke to Quinton Long, who is the founder of Aussie Travelling Media. And we were talking about the 800,000 cheap airfares that go on sale. They went on sale at midnight last night, today.
Yep.
And whilst there are airfares available, there aren't many destinations available. And here's the other thing. You'd be pretty brave to fork out money for airfares and accommodation and say to yourself, am I going to trust going interstate and not have the place locked down on me and have to go through 14 days of quarantine when I get back?
Absolutely.
Would you be brave enough to run the gauntlet?
Yeah, look, I mean...
Hang on, before you go, Jess Issa, come on down.
G'day.
Hi, Jess.
Yeah.
Hello. Thanks for coming in, Simon.
That's great. It's good.
So we're talking about our big issues of the week, and one of them is the cheap airfares that went on sale at midnight tonight, Jess, last night. Would you feel, Simon's about to answer, would you feel confident in going interstate, forking out money for airfares and accommodation and think, geez, is the place going to go into lockdown and am I going to be able to come home?
No, it happened to my dad. My dad flew to Perth, was it a bit over a month ago now, when the whole northern beaches in Sydney outbreak happened, and he was so lucky. He had to get tested as soon as he got back and when he was there, and it was just an absolute fight. It was insane, and we didn't know if he was going to have to come back and sit in a hotel for 2 weeks and pay thousands of dollars.
Yeah, $3,000 a week.
Yeah, we just all decided as a family, let's not fly unless we absolutely have to, because as you remember, at that time, we'd been in the clear for a few months, so you just don't know.
The other thing Quinton said, Simon, was whilst there are airfares available, number one, you cannot use them during school holidays. Mm-hmm. Number two, you have to go direct online to the airline. Yep. You can't go through a travel agent. Yep. So this has not helped travel agents one little bit. Mm. How many people book their holidays now completely online? Nikki did. Nikki booked our last holiday completely online, and I feel very bad for the travel agents. Are travel agents a thing of the past?
Possibly. I mean, with the technology we have today, I mean, you can do everything from your mobile phone now. And talking about, Queensland and what's just happened, my daughter Sarah, she flew up to Queensland 2 days ago. She arrived there for a conference. She was going to be there for 4 days. She flew in, virtually got there, and flew straight back out again.
Didn't get off the plane?
She did. They got in an Uber with one of the CEOs of the company she was dealing with, and virtually went 20 miles or something, and they all made a decision to shut the conference down. Whole lot's gone, turn around, straight back to the airport and home again.
How long did you have to wait for a flight back?
Oh, virtually straight away. She got back out of there.
Did she really?
Yeah.
So anyway, there you go. 133353 is the telephone number. Jess, another big topic we had this week was Anthony Albanese. He said if Labor wins the next federal election, and according to the polls, it might. Albo, I don't think, will be leader. But we'll talk to Anthony hopefully next week, Jess. $15 billion, and he'd like to direct a lot of that at getting the Australian car manufacturing industry back up and running. there is an old saying, and I think it was Albert Einstein who said the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Jess, we had interesting feedback on this, didn't we?
Yeah, I think a lot of our callers have lost a little bit of hope for Australian manufacturing overall, really. I think everyone thinks that's it. We've just thrown everything up to overseas, especially for our car industry. But, I mean, some callers were hopeful, though, that we can get it back. Some really good ideas came through, and we are hoping to chat to Anthony Albanese next week. I have been in touch with his office, so it'd be good to hear what his proposal is.
Simon, can we do it? Can we do it?
Look, I don't know about the car industry, but we do need to look at manufacturing in Australia more. And I think it all comes down to, we need to be able to or want to pay more for things because it's like milk. So many dairy farms have been taken up by the Chinese, and you see these cheap milks going through Woolies and Coles and places like that, really, really cheap. And you've got farmers out there working really, really hard. I met with somebody this weekend when I was away, and we were discussing dairy farms because I was around it. And, we were all talking about manufacturing and keeping things in Australia. We need to sort of say, well, we're paying for Australian wages. We need to be happy to pay more money.
Yeah, well, are you going to pay more? Are you? See, people vote with their pockets. You'll have people who will ring this radio program and say, I boycott Coles and Woolies, and I only shop at my local IGA, and I'm prepared to pay more. Nah. People really vote with their wallets. They'll say something at a dinner party, but they will always go for the discount. And it's been proven. So, are you prepared to pay more for an Australian-made car? Or do we put huge tariffs on imported cars? 133353 is the telephone number. What else did we do this week, Jess? Did we do anything else?
You are forgetting the biggest topic of the week, which is, should all Australian politics be randomly drug and alcohol tested?
Absolutely they should. Workers are getting it done all the time. I mean, why not politicians? They're running this country. Should they be sitting around drinking and possibly be on drugs? I mean, we all know that there's people in all walks of life. Politicians, we're talking about, lawyers, we're talking about all sorts of people, taxi drivers, on drugs. Should they be tested? Absolutely, 100% they should. And not be allowed to drink while they're on the job. No one else can.
Yeah, it went off on our Facebook page. We received hundreds of comments. Everyone said the exact same thing. These people are making some of the biggest, not some of actually, the biggest decisions for us. And we put all our faith in them.
Yeah.
And are they being tested the way a lot of us are? A lot of Australian labourers, a lot of people listening to us right now are drug and alcohol tested. Why is it any different for them? You can't have one rule for some and one rule for others.
I have been into Simon, as you know, I told you this, because I worked at 2CC in Canberra. God, how long ago was that now?
Oh,
6 years?
4, no, more than that, isn't it?
Anyway, and I got taken out to the parliamentary dining room at Parliament House. It's flash.
Yep.
It is seriously flash. And the top shelf grog, the red, and you should see what's consumed at lunchtime. And I was with a particular person, and the bells went off to go and vote. And this person slurred at me and said to the bloke next to him, "What are we voting on? What are we voting on again?"
Yeah, it's crazy.
Appalling.
We spoke to Dr. Katie Allen, who was a Liberal Party backbencher, and she is the one introducing this. She wants either the grog banned or possibly the bar opens at 5 and do away with drinking during the day, and alcohol and drug testing our politicians before they go in to vote on legislation.
Okay, but she wants this. Who's going to pass it? Who's going to pass it? I think what this should go out to is the Australian public. The Australian public should be the ones that are deciding whether these people can drink or not at lunchtime. Not them, because they're going to just say, oh, no, we're not going to pass that.
Hang on, this is a place where Liberal staffers are masturbating on desks, where misogyny rules, where... Did you hear Kate Ellis on The Australian Story this week, Jess?
Yes.
I mean, and how appalling was that? Kate Ellis, who was a former minister with Kevin Rudd. She was a young, attractive girl from Adelaide. She worked tirelessly for the Labor Party. She eventually was offered pre-selection for the seat of Adelaide. She won, and at the age of 30 became a cabinet minister. And there was so much jealousy, not from the opposition, from within her own party. Yep. She's written a book. It's Jess, it was just frightening, wasn't it?
It is frightening. And, this is just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, this has only sort of all come to light in the past month. What else is going to come out? It's terrifying and it's horrific. And we should be doing so much better in a first world country like ours that's so advanced. We all support equality. And these are the people running the country.
Yeah, it's crazy. Lukey, what about your call on Monday that called up and said that he knew somebody that was going in there replacing furniture that was broken?
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I was driving Monday on our way back from the South Coast in the morning and listening to that call, and the guy's just going, I've got a friend who goes in there.
It was his brother, wasn't it?
Something
It was in
like
the
that.
furniture removal business in Canberra, and once a week, sometimes twice a week, he would go in there and replace broken furniture.
From parties.
It's our money.
No, seriously.
And then the latest, which is a New South Wales MP. This is this bloke, Michael Johnson. You across this, Jess?
No, remind me.
This is Michael Johnson, who is a member of the National and Coalition Party, and it was revealed under parliamentary privilege that there was a member of Parliament that was alleged of rape of a sex worker in the Blue Mountains.
Oh, yeah.
He wasn't named, but he outed himself. He said it was me, and he denied the allegations and still denies the allegations. However, he's quit the Parliament and he's going to sit on the cross benches. We now find out through phone records he offered a sex worker $1,000 to come and have sex with him in his office in Parliament House.
Really?
Yeah. And he sent the woman a string of really lewd text messages whilst sitting in Parliament.
Oh, my goodness. No wonder
While
he's quit.
Jess, what's going on with the leaders of this country?
I don't know. It's really disgusting. I mean, the misogyny is rife. I really thought we'd come a lot further than what we have, but I think it's been a rude awakening to a lot of Australians that there is so much work to be done. It's really sad.
It is really sad. Anyway, they're three of our big topics. There's plenty of other stuff I want to get to, including how long do you leave a chook in the fridge? How long do you leave milk past the use-by date? There's a question for you.
If it starts going chunky, it's no good.
That's what Nikki says. She says you are not throwing that out unless you have to strain it through your teeth. Jess?
If it tastes good and it smells good, I'm all right with it.
Nikki says if it gets chunky, call it yogurt and spread it on your toast.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
She won't throw it. It's correct. She does not throw anything out.
Yuck. She must have a stomach of steel.
She does.
I think you have to live in that house.
She does. Talk to you later, Jess.
Bye.
It's been an interesting week, Simon.
It has, mate.
133353 is the phone number. And I just want to throw one more thing in before I play some music. It is April Fool's Day, and I just want to know, have you ever pulled off a great, epic April Fool's joke? I've got one that I did on radio.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a little bit later.
Okay.
It's the Night Shift on Triple M. The Night Shift on the Triple M network and affiliated stations around Australia on this Thursday, April 1. It's the eve of the Easter weekend. Double demerits.
It is. Be careful out there.
If you're going to use your phone,
Don't use your phone.
Just don't. Double demerit points all weekend. Don't speed. Don't use your phone. Wear your seatbelt and be nice to people.
Absolutely.
Do you know what Jess and I are working on? And we've been trying for ages. And I actually think Jess should lift her game and probably move this on a bit quicker. You might want to help us. You know how there's a day for everything? There's hot dog day and there'd be pat your cat day and there's a day for everything.
There is a day for everything.
So I think we could find one of the stupid days and move it because I think every day is accounted for. I want to have... Now, this is fair income.
Go on.
This is fair income.
Yeah.
I want National Thank You Wave Day.
Thank you wave day.
So if somebody does something nice for you in the traffic,
Yeah.
you give that thank you
I
wave.
always wave.
Because, so do I. And it makes you feel better.
Yeah, I get cranky when people don't.
I do too. I let somebody in the traffic the other day. I'm going, where's my wave?
Yeah, where's me wave?
Give us a wave. And eventually the wave came. I said, good. And I relaxed.
Doesn't it make you feel better?
Don't you reckon it's a good idea?
Yeah.
It's my idea. Don't you steal it.
No, I won't steal it.
I want National Thank You Wave Day where you're encouraged because if you thank someone, then you feel good.
Yep.
The person that you're thanking feels good, and they're more likely to do it again.
I'll tell you what, I've done a lot of kilometres lately because I've been driving a long way from home, working morning and back again. The amount of people on the road that are rude or just sit beside another car in doing, 80 kilometres an hour in a 100 zone, and they both just sit beside each other. They don't move over. They don't keep left. The big signs keep left when overtaking. I mean, they just drive like they're the only person on the road. It's crazy out there how rude people are on the road and how they just think they're the only person. I really feel for the truckies because the things that they have to deal with, when you're doing long trips each day, you get to see a lot more of this on the road, and it's crazy. And even people entering freeways, like if
people don't know, people do not know how to merge.
Yeah, but
we talk about it all the time.
Coming onto a freeway, if the speed limit on the freeway is 110, they enter the freeway doing 80,
60.
70 kilometres an hour, and you got big trucks trying to move over and slow down. It drives me crazy.
It's a broken record. We've done this.
I know.
It is.
Just annoys me.
It is very annoying. People do not know how to merge going onto a freeway. Folks, when you merge onto a freeway, if the traffic's doing 100 or 110 and you're doing 60, you are going to be a wart on the arse of progress. Get up to speed as you're merging. Get up there. Okay?
Punch it.
Punch it.
Put your foot down.
Or as Brocky would say, drop that clutch. Jamie's online. He's in Adelaide.
Hey, Jamie.
Okay, Jamie.
G'day, and
Welcome to the Man Cave.
yeah, good. First time too in the man cave, but not my first. You know me, Luke. I've been doing the man shake and also I've
I
talked
know
about.
you, Jamie. G'day, mate.
How you going, man? Good news. I've lost 2.5 kilos in a week on the man shake. So that's good.
Wow, mate, that's awesome.
There you go. Manshake.com.au. Well done, Jamie.
That's all right. And
Jamie,
and
I've got a mate. I've got a mate that lost something like 35 kilos
On the man shake.
On the man shake. He's an ex-fiery now, so he was bushfire brigade. He was a big boy. And I was away with him, and he was we went fishing up in the Northern Territory, and he brought the man shake with him onto this island. We went fishing, and we're all bagging him, going, "Mate, come on, have something to eat, will you?" And he goes, "Nah." He was religious the whole time away. I was amazed. 35 kilos he lost.
On the man shake.
On the man shake. They actually had a photo of him on the website, and the before and afters were insane.
Yep.
Manshake.com.au. Anyway, Jamie, that's not why you rang. Why'd you ring me, mate?
Well, before I go on to the April Fool's Day on my mother, I want to have a question. I heard a couple of years ago about the speed trap. Now, you know how motorcyclists don't have a front number plate?
That's right,
I heard a story a few years ago that they were going to bring either a speed trap from America or somewhere around there that had a front flat and a reverse flat for motorcycles because motorcycles weren't getting caught in the speed trap. I just want to know, did they actually bring those speed traps out to catch the motorcycles?
Well, I know with the fixed speed cameras, Jamie, I can tell you this. When you go and speed through a fixed speed camera, they take a photo from you from behind.
Yep.
That's why, because we've been through them, and you go and you see the flash in your rear vision mirror.
Right.
So they take the photo from behind. They're the fixed, but the ones I think Jamie's referring to is the coppers with the gun. Is that the radar?
Yeah, no, I think you're talking about the ones you see the flash are the ones at the red lights, so the red light and speed. But the ones like if in Sydney going up the Spit Hill, right?
Yep.
The camera's actually facing down the hill, so it is getting you from the front. So I don't agree, Luke. I think you're getting done from the front.
Okay, good on you, Jamie. Can I ask why don't motorbikes have number plates on the front?
Don't know.
Because there was a big thing, and I think it still goes on. But there used to be a big thing when the automatic toll booths were on the Harbour Bridge, and pillion passengers on motorbikes used to put their hands
over the plate.
Over the plate.
Yep.
So they went through without having to pay the toll.
Have you seen? I don't know if you've seen online. There's ones where it'll actually pull a little screen over the number plate electronically.
No.
So you can push a button inside your car, and the little screen goes bzzz over the number plate.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it's a sneaky little thing, and the screen hides up behind the number plate.
I didn't know that.
Somebody's invented something.
Gee. Sorry, Jamie, go on.
The reason why they don't have number plates on the front of a motorcycle, because it's a health and safety thing, because it's on the front bumper bar near the mudguard. And if you put your front brakes on, you're going to go head over turkey.
Oh, it's a safety thing.
Okay.
Okay.
And
Anyway,
another thing about the speed trap, if you have a number 3 or an 8, it does get reversed, or even the letter B. If you have the letter B as your last letter, they'll turn it into an 8. I have plenty of friends over the eastern states that were telling me that they were getting speeding tickets in a place that they'd never been to, say like Sydney, and what happens is the number will be altered from a 3 to an 8, or the letter B to an 8.
Jamie, you know the other one is I got a couple of speeding tickets on my car a couple of months ago. I've gone onto my Service New South Wales app and I've seen 2 speeding tickets, and I've got a completely clear licence, right? I haven't had a ticket in years. And I go on there and there's 2 speeding tickets. And I'm like, hang on a second. And I looked at the dates. One, I was in hospital. Mm-hmm. Actually, they both happened when I was in the hospital, and I went back into the dates and where they were, and I'm like, no, that wasn't me. And I found out one was my daughter, and she'd actually dropped me at the hospital into the emergency room, and on her way home, she's got pinged by one of these mobile speed cameras. She was only doing 4Ks over the speed limit. Not a lot, but she got done. And then the next day, I think my son-in-law got done in my car. So it's really important, I think, when somebody borrows your car, you need to note when they're driving your car.
You make a note. My son borrowed our car the weekend of his birthday. Boy, did we write that down. 13353 is the telephone number. Good on you, Jamie.
But the April Fool's thing.
Yes, quickly, mate. Yep.
I don't recommend this to anyone, but I played a joke on my mum being an Indian telemarketer for an electrical company.
Yeah.
I put on the full accent, everything. I always used to listen to the 12th Man, so I called myself Jar of Vegemite for me and Dad. That was my name. So I said, I am a jar of Vegemite for me and Dad. I'm ringing up on behalf of this company. You're $120 in debit of your electricity bill. You must pay it within the next 6 hours, otherwise your power's going to be switched off. Well, my mum was in a hysterical thing. She was freaked.
She couldn't pick your voice?
I don't have the money. She said, I'll make an arrangement. So she got off the phone. She rings me and she tells me, what do I do? I said, well, you've got to pay it, Mum. She said, well, can I borrow $120?
You've got to pay it, Mum. That wasn't a giveaway? Yeah. You've got to pay it, Mum. She didn't pick up on it then?
While I was walking down to the bank, I made her another call. This time I put on a Scottish accent. I call myself Mr. McNugget.
Yeah, well, you can't do accents on the radio anymore. People get upset. It's not political. You can't do political accents on the radio. Sorry, Jamie. But anyway, we get the gist of it, Jamie.
Yep.
Okay, mate. I'll let you go, mate. Bye-bye. 13353. Is your garden, how's it looking?
Mate, I've got to tell you.
Have you done the Swift Grow?
I've got to tell you.
Because we gave you...
I know, and I've got a great story to tell you.
Go on. It's time for the Swift Grow ad.
My missus has had this plant, and the leaves are all like droopy, right? They're all just hanging down. And I kept saying to her for a couple of days ago, I've got this bottle of Swift Grow. Try it out. And she's going, yeah, sure. It's just like any other thing. I said, no, seriously, try it. She's mixed up a batch. She's poured it on all the plants.
Did she follow the instructions?
Followed the instructions.
Yeah.
She's poured it on the plants. And she comes back to me about a day later. She goes, you won't believe it. I said, what? She goes, that plant that's had the droopy leaves for weeks on end, as soon as I poured that in, the next day, they've all gone.
It's unbelievable.
And they've come out of nowhere. And it's just incredible.
It is. We've got a hibiscus down next to the pool. And it never flowered very, very well. It is under the shade of a larger gum tree.
Yep.
And we thought, look, that's going to be as big as it gets, and we'll never enjoy that in full flower because it doesn't get enough direct sunlight. Anyway, Nikki put the Swift Grow on it, and I'm serious, 5 days later, you should see it standing up.
Yep.
And it is in full flower, the purple, pink flowers.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like it.
It's amazing because I tell you what, she came back to me and she's like, I can't believe this thing's been drooping for weeks. It's like the Viagra.
She should get you to drink it. Swift Grow, folks, and you need to start now because you need to start getting your soil right for spring. Winter's the time to do it. Swift Grow. Swift Grow, it's just $29.95. It is unbelievable. And they deliver free anywhere in Australia. swiftgrow.com.au. Yep. That's Sidey struggling there, right there. The creative genius that he is. Many years ago, when I was on country radio in Bathurst, I used to have this regular listener ring me up, and she was a character.
Yep.
And her name was Liz. Liz from Wattle Flat. Everyone, and she was she had this very large Australian drawl.
Yep.
She was a character. She used to come into town, and she always wore black, like a Western shirt, black jeans, black boots, and a big black hat, and they called her Black Betty.
Yeah.
Liz.
Liz.
But she used to ring up, and she was funny. And she always had really funny things to say. Like, it was almost as if you were paying a paid actor to come on as a character, like some radio programs do.
Yep.
She was a real character.
Gold.
And there you have it. Because she lived at Wattle Flat, and she used to go out to Hill End, which used to be a huge gold mining part of New South Wales.
Yep.
Hill End, Safala. That it had a population of 160,000 back in its day. And she used to talk from time to time how she'd go out there to the creek and pan for gold. And we knew that. Everyone knew that. Anyway, so I set this up. And April Fool's Day, April the 1st, on this particular occasion, fell on a Monday. So on the Friday, I set it up and I said to Liz, what are you doing on the weekend? She said, I'm going out to look for gold again. I said, oh, yeah, well, good luck. And she said, yeah, I think I might be onto something. I'm going to a special spot. I've just got a funny feeling. It's all a setup.
Yeah.
So anyway, Monday comes around and I said, Liz from Wattle Flat, how are you? Good, darling.
How are you, darling?
Bigger than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go. She said, look, I said, how'd you go with your gold? Did you find anything? Look, I don't really want to say. I said, come on, you can tell me. No one listens. No, I don't want to say it. I said, come on, Liz. So I'm pretending to get this information out of her. It's all set up.
Yeah.
She finally said, I found a huge nugget of gold out there at Hill End. Yeah. And I'm onto a streak. I know exactly what she said. It's unbelievable. There's so much gold out there, and I've found it. I said, whereabouts? She said, I'm not going to tell you. Of course I'm not going to tell you. And I weeded it out of her. We roughly got the location out of her. Yeah. It's all bullshit, right?
Yeah.
By 11 o'clock, there were about 400 cars out there. The television station was out there. The newspaper was out there.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And right on 5 to 12, I got Liz back on. I said, now, Liz, about this gold. She said, yeah. And we both went, April Fools. It was great. It worked a treat, but it took a long time to set up.
Oh, that's unreal. That's gold.
It was
gold.
That
is gold.
It was gold. True story.
Well, I'll tell you what. My missus played one on me one year, and you know I've got 4 kids, right? So it's time to get a vasectomy. So I went and got it done.
Right. Your wife was telling you it's time to get out of the gene pool.
Yeah, time to get out of the gene pool. We don't need any more, right?
It's too much.
So I went off to have
too much chlorine in there anyway.
So I go off to have this vasectomy, and unfortunately, the results, because you've got to do a test afterwards to make sure it worked, right?
Do you?
Okay, you got to do a test. You got to make sure it works. Okay, so you got to send a sample in.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't have to do that.
Well,
anyway, go on.
The sample. She says, "Oh, the sample's come back and it's failed. You got to go back in again."
Vasectomy failure.
She reckons it failed. That was April Fool's when the test came in.
So you thought I have to go through that again?
I got to go through that again
because it's not a happy thing.
No,
is it?
Wasn't a happy thing.
It's not a happy thing.
So you can imagine how I felt. I was just depleted. I'm like, oh no, bugger this. Got to go through that again. Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
I like my story better.
Yeah, I do too.
I'm really glad you brought that up. 133353 is the telephone number. Luke's in Ipswich. Luke, are you in lockdown?
Yeah.
Are you? What have you heard about today?
Not a whole lot, actually. I've been at work all afternoon, so I haven't heard a lot. I only just knocked off, maybe.
Yeah, so your Ipswich is in the lockdown area in Brisbane. So you've had 3 days of it. You're coming to the end of day 3, but you're going to have to listen and find out what happens after today. Hopefully it's the end of it all for you.
Yeah, I'm hoping so, but they said don't get too excited. So.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Anyway, what are we talking about, Luke?
Look, I wanted to call up about super. You were having a chat about that yesterday. I can't remember exactly what you were saying, but...
Okay, I'll just quickly to recap, Simon. They reckon that the average Australian worker, when reaching 65, if they've only been paying compulsory super at the compulsory rate since 1992, which is when it was introduced, you'll have about $460,000. And for some reason, women about 360, about 100,000 less. I don't know why. And it's just not enough to live on. We're in trouble. Go on, Luke.
I tend to disagree a little bit with we're in trouble for the current generation. Like if the education was there and people knew exactly what to do with their super, they would be a hell of a lot better off. But
how old are you?
I'm 28.
Okay, and you've been paying super. Your boss has been paying your super for how long? How long have you been working?
I've been working since I was 16 and a half or so, thereabouts.
Yeah, okay. So what the former Prime Minister Paul Keating was saying, we should raise it now to 12% and in 3 years' time to 15%. What are your thoughts?
So I've been, since pretty much once I got an idea of what it was, I've always put extra in. I've added an extra 5% on top.
Excellent. So your salary sacrifice.
Correct.
Okay, now that extra money you put into your super, well done. I do too. I put extra in. But what are you taxed on? It's taxed less, but I just think that if you're going to salary sacrifice and put money into your super so you're not a burden on the taxpayer drawing a pension when you retire, that money that you put into your super should be tax-free.
Yes, I agree. But I think it does come down to education. A lot of people don't know really what super is and how it works, and they just go, "Oh, my boss does it. I don't really care."
I couldn't agree with you more. Most people don't know and they don't care, and they change jobs and they don't realise they've got all this lost super.
Yeah, exactly.
I couldn't agree with you more. But another problem, Luke, and this affects probably me and my in-laws. My father-in-law is a self-funded retiree. He was the CFO of a very big company, so he's smart with money. But he's now thinking, hang on, look at the banks and the interest. There's no interest anymore.
None.
And that's where so many people's super is tied up with. It's tied up with banks. Yep. And so while you think, these low interest rates, fantastic for first home buyers, what about people at the other end of their life who need that interest in order to be able to retire? Absolutely. You see, it works both ways.
Yeah, absolutely.
Look, I also got one for April Fool's joke.
Okay, what have you pulled off?
So my old man, he's a April Fool, so he's born on April Fool's Day.
Oh, right.
And he always said, when I was young, you can't fool an April Fool because, you're an April Fool, born on April Fool's Day. And me and my brother thought, you know what, we'll get you, you bastard. And he's petrified of spiders, so we went down to the local $2 shop and bought the biggest plastic spider you could find.
Yes.
Wrapped a fishing line around it and sat behind his couch and just dangled it over the top of him. And I got my brother to run around the other side, wake him up real frantically. And, I won't be doing that again. Let's just say that.
What happened? What were the consequences?
Probably nothing that you'd be allowed to do to a kid these days.
Okay, I get you.
The belt came out.
He didn't react well, I'm tipping. Be very careful who you prank because it could come back and bite you. Thanks for your call, Luke, and good luck with your super and well done with the salary sacrifice.
Too easy, mate.
Good on
Take
you,
care,
mate.
Luke.
Bye-bye. Superannuation. And you see, when you're young, you don't think about it. I mean, what do you say, 28?
Yep.
I mean, that's great that he's thinking about it, but most kids don't.
No.
You're bulletproof when you're that age. You don't think about it.
No.
You don't think, what happens when I'm 65? Mm-hmm. Anyway, 133353 is the telephone number. Hey, Jack.
Oh, yeah. How are you, mate?
It's Blind Jack, the guitar man. How are you, buddy?
Very, very good. And I can see Simon sitting there over there. How are you, Simon?
I'm
Very
good, Jack. How are you, mate?
Mate, you are looking good.
Very
Thanks,
funny,
buddy.
Jack. Very funny.
And Simon's got a red shirt on and Luke's got a yellow shirt on. Is that right?
No, you've got no idea, Jack.
No clue, mate.
Oh. Well, look, I want to talk about that lady with the phone.
Well, how would you know? You're blind. You can't see her.
I couldn't see the phone either.
No, I was waiting for that.
But, mate, an April Fool's joke. I did this for 5 years to my father.
Yeah.
5 years in a row. After breakfast, I'd go to my room. I'd leave my door open. And then I'd make sure that my phone would ring. I'd ring a special number to make my phone ring. Mm-hmm. And then I'd answer it, jokingly, of course, or fakingly. And I'd say, yes, hello. Oh, you want to talk to my dad? Okay, look, I'll get him. Don't panic. I'll get him for you. Yeah, I'll get him for you as quick as I can. So I'd run out of my room, say, Dad, there's somebody desperately wants to talk to you over the phone. And as soon as he said hello, April Fool, well, I'd say to him in German, of course, which is, April Fool, was machst denn du? Which means, April Cow, what are you doing?
Okay.
Yeah. And I did that for 5 years in a row, and he never...
He fell for it every time.
Every time.
Fell for it every time. Jack, are you in lockdown?
As far as I know, I am, but hey, I hope I can go to UNOS tomorrow.
I don't know. Well, you'll find out later today, mate. I hope you can too. If there's no lockdown in Brisbane, UNOS is where you'll see Jack playing and singing at Strathpine, isn't it?
Yep, Strathpine Shopping Centre.
Strathpine Shopping Centre. What time tomorrow?
6 o'clock.
And they had to call off the Byron Bay Blues Festival, Jack.
Yeah, I'd love to go down there one day and perform.
The Tensky Brothers were going to play.
Oh, wow.
How good are they?
Mm. How I'd go doing Red House.
You should go. They should give you 40 minutes next year. Anyway, second year in a row, Simon.
Not good.
The Byron Bay Blues Festival is off. Good on you, Jack. Good to hear from you, mate.
Okay, mate.
See you, buddy. Love you, mate. He's a good man.
He is.
13353. The night shift, Triple M. The Man Cave is open for business on Long Neck
Friday. Thursday.
Long Neck.
Thursday today.
Long Neck Thursday.
Boy.
I'll be having one too.
That was my April Fool's.
The night shift, Triple M. It's the Man Cave.
Hey.
It is an unusual day to have a Man Cave on a Thursday, but it's Good Friday tomorrow, and I won't be here.
And I won't be here.
Well, I was going to invite you in on Good Friday to do the Man Cave and just have you turn up to nobody.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
That would have been fun.
That would have been a good April's Fool.
And no, that would have been, but it would have been a day late.
I know, and we are a man down.
We are a man down. Adam McDonald couldn't be with us today. He's
on a date.
On a date.
He is.
An Easter date. God, love him. But we're here. Jess is here. 13353 is the telephone number. Brisbane is just coming out of a 3-day lockdown. Is it going to continue? You'll find out later this morning. We'll cross to our Brisbane newsroom. David Shiraz is going to give us the very latest a little bit later this morning. In the meantime, Simon Stevenson's here. You got a question about home improvement. You got a question about barbecues. You went to your brother's 50th birthday.
I did.
Last weekend, and you put on a spit.
Yeah, we did. And I'll tell you what, he bought this spit from, I think it was BCF or something.
Boating, camping, fishing.
Boating, camping, fishing. $100 for a spit. Motor, the whole lot. Put the coals in, lit the coals up.
How big was it?
Look, it was about probably a metre, close to a metre.
So you could you put a whole lamb on there?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
It was that big?
Yeah, it was good size. It was a good size.
$100.
Yeah, it was $100. I'll tell you what, it was amazing. What we did put on there was a whole bunch of chicken thighs. Marinated the chicken thighs, slid them all on. So it was like, you know when you go into a kebab shop and they got that big thing of chicken?
Yeah, I do.
And they're slicing
the chicken off?
What is that, by the way? Oh, it'd be chicken thighs.
What is...
Yeah.
That's another question, but I want to know what is on that spit at a kebab shop. What is it? What sort of meat is it?
It's chicken. But, yeah, so it was kind of like that, but, you know, we're talking about horizontal instead of vertical because we all know the ones in the kebab shops are done vertically. But it was amazing. And for $100, just got the coals out, you know, the black coals, got them all lighting, just turn it away, marinating it. It was sensational.
And you know what? And I used to have a spit, and they're a good thing to stand around.
Yeah.
Especially in winter.
Well, the thing is you're standing around something where there's some heat coming off it.
And a conversation
sitting
goes
there having
on.
a beer, watching the meat turn
I
around.
know.
You know the other bit is, as it's turning around and you see these little bits of a little charcoal, you sneak up and grab a little piece of chicken off and you go,
I know.
oh, it's unreal. So good.
I love a spit. 13353. Power Pollen. It is seriously good stuff. You can get your day done and have more in your tank for fun. Power Pollen. And right now, this is the new deal, Simon. because it's April. 3-month supply of Nature Bee Power Pollen, $65. And Cookie is going to throw in a bonus pack of the Manuka honey and propolis lozenges. Propolis. Some people say propolis.
Right.
It's a gel that comes from, it's another product of the beehive. And it's a gel, and they've been using it for thousands of years. It has a healing property.
Well, I mean, don't you have, when you've got a sore throat, have honey which is from bees?
Yeah.
Don't you have honey tea? Put honey in it to make your throat feel better?
Well, this is an agent that's made by the bees. It's propolis, Propolis, or propolis. And it comes from plants, and plants use it to fortify themselves.
Oh, wow.
I know. So it's fantastic. So you get this anyway, but it's 3-month supply of Nature Bee Power Pollen, $65, money back guarantee, all the energy you'll ever want. And the important thing is it fortifies your immune system.
Oh, and mate, how good is the soap?
But we're not doing the soap
I
today.
know, but how good is it?
You can order
Have
the
a
soap.
shower and
If you go to naturebee.com or powerpollen.com, you can order the soap separately. You'll see it there. But don't talk about the soap. I'm doing the proper Manuka honey and propolis lozenges with your Nature Bee. $65, 3-month supply, money back guarantee. I wouldn't endorse it if it didn't come with a guarantee. Is it Rab? Rab?
Yeah, it is. Rab.
How are you, Rab?
I'm good, mate. Yourself?
Yeah, good, buddy.
What's up?
Oh, it's just ringing up so many topics, mate. Where do we start?
Well, that's it. That's what we do here.
Start with these politicians, I guess. That's just disgraceful, isn't
Oh,
it?
it's a shocker, mate. Now, you know, you and I can't go to work drunk. We can't sit around and have beer at work during lunch and get ourselves plastered and then go back to work.
Or sit in Parliament and text a hooker and invite her to come and have
Yeah, do you mind coming
invite
in
her
the
to have
office?
sex in your parliamentary office.
Oh, seriously.
And get paid what these clowns are actually getting paid by the taxpayers.
It needs a broom.
Mate, not just what they get paid. What about what they do when they finish work and they get paid for the rest of their lives? Seriously.
Dead right.
You know,
Dead right.
it's crap, mate. It's bullshit.
Anyway, Rab, have your say.
Well, that was about it. And I had to say about this earlier caller with the kiwi fruit too, mate. That disturbed me because I eat them with the skin on.
Yeah, I am sorry about that, Rab. It has left.
I think it scarred me for life.
It has left a little vision in my eye too.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you doing? Are you in lockdown?
Well, Gold Coast,
No.
not so much lockdown. So yeah, we wait to find out tomorrow. I guess.
Today, the Gold Coast is a hot spot.
Yeah, it is a hot spot. Yeah, if you can call it that, I suppose. There's been a couple of cases, so we'll wait and see, I guess.
Yeah.
It might be a very quiet Easter for a lot of people again.
Well, look, I do feel bad about it, but I went on holidays in December, and the last day for me and Jess was December the 18th. Saturday the 19th, Northern Beaches lockdown for the entirety of my holiday. But I don't care.
You're in lockdown always.
I prefer to be in lockdown because I don't like people.
He's a shocker. He doesn't leave his house. Actually, his backyard. He doesn't leave the man cave. That's where he lives
And the beer garden.
and breathes.
But there's bonus beer garden.
Yeah, I know, but it's mate.
But why do I need to leave?
You don't.
I don't.
No one wants you out there anyway.
Exactly.
We don't want to see you out in the street.
What do you do for a living, Rab?
Oh, I'm on the roads, my friend.
All right. Well, we're
That's
thinking
my
of you.
night shift. I'm just on my way home at the moment from night shift.
All right. Well, Rab, thank you, mate. You drive carefully and appreciate your call.
Good on you.
Good on
Cheers,
you, mate.
buddy.
All right. Down the south coast of New South Wales. G'day, Nick.
Yeah, g'day, Lukey.
Hey,
G'day,
Nick.
Simon.
How are you, mate?
You got a story
Yeah,
for
good.
us, Nick? Tell us your story.
Mate, best April Fool's ever. You remember Grace Brothers carpet cleaning?
Yes.
So I rang up my mate, pretending I was a Grace Brothers carpet cleaner,
Yeah.
and his wife had organised it, and we'll be there in an hour. The house had to be clear.
He had to put all the furniture out in the front yard, didn't he?
Yep.
That's beautiful.
And I turned up and just said April Fool.
Oh,
That's
no.
very good.
What were the
It-
what were the repercussions, mate? Did you have to help him put the furniture back in?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I did.
And has he got you back yet?
In a matter of speaking. But the other thing, Remember Fast Forward on Channel 7?
Yeah, I do. Steve Vizard.
Yeah, Vizard and Peter Moon.
Yeah, very funny bloke.
No, but doing your Kung Fu skit.
The Kung Fu skit. No, I don't remember that.
Don't you?
No.
He was sitting there, he's going, oh, grasshopper.
Oh, yeah. You see, you can't do accents on the... We can't do accents on the radio anymore. It's seen as racist and politically incorrect. Can't do it.
No.
But, Nick, very good April Fool's joke, buddy. I wouldn't have done it because I would have had to then work to put the furniture back in the house. That wouldn't be worth it for me.
Oh, what a shock.
That wouldn't be worth it for me.
Yeah, you got to be careful with your April Fools because it can bite you. Because you know what? He's going to get you back. He's going to get you back.
Simon, as I said, went to his brother's 50th birthday last weekend, and I felt for sure what happens is when Simon has a little bit too much to drink, he doesn't get aggro. First of all, he starts off by telling everyone how much he loves them.
Oh, come on.
Do you know how much I love you? I love you so much.
You've done it.
And then he falls asleep right where he is. Right where he is, he falls asleep. And that's when everyone brings out the permanent markers. They come out from everywhere and they draw on him. Well, they didn't draw on you this time.
They didn't draw on me.
What happened?
I didn't drink that much.
Usually, Simon wakes up, correct?
Do you know what? Yeah, I have.
Looks in the mirror.
I have been drawn on a few times.
I've done
quite a few times. But they didn't do it this time because I was pacing myself this time.
Good boy, you've learned.
Do you know what I was doing? I was having a beer, and then I was having a water, then I was having a beer.
Good boy.
I was actually the first one to bed this time because I thought I was going to have to drive the next morning. So I've been really, really responsible.
He's learned. Well, thanks for your call, Nick. I've got to keep going. Simon, hello.
Yeah, g'day, Luke. How are you, mate?
We're good, mate. Two Simons. What's up?
Yeah, just giving you a call. Bloke earlier on the Selma series told you about Paradise Lost.
Yes.
The kids, yeah. I've got a few more for you.
That was Greg.
Oh, was it? Yeah. So it's about some teenagers in Memphis, and some small boys get killed, and they pin it on them because they listen to heavy metal music.
Yep.
Is this a true story?
Absolutely true story, yeah. So you've got Paradise Lost is, I think it's like a mini-series.
Yeah.
There's a movie by Alan Jackson, Peter Jackson, from Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings, yeah.
Yeah. His doco's called Western Memphis. He gave money to their trial, so did Dixie Chicks, Pearl Jam, Eddie Vedder. I think Metallica might have as well. They're basically going to kill one of the guys. They're going to execute him.
Simon, have you watched Making a Murderer?
Yes, I've watched both of them.
There's
Making a Murderer 1 and 2.
What do you think of that?
I reckon he didn't do one, but I think he might have done the other one.
Yeah. Look, I don't think so. I think he was framed for the whole lot. And I tell you what, when you see, because it's real footage, and you see those police officers lying through their teeth.
Framing, yeah, and the blood. And the blood, when they access his blood that's on in evidence.
It's crazy. Yeah. Like you go into an evidence room and all the tape's ripped open. Like it's just... Yeah. I've actually watched it twice. And, because you pick up things the second time round because you've watched it. And it's amazing to me today in this small town. But, they're not going to let that go because it's going to cost the county, state, so many millions of dollars. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, there's another one called The Staircase. Have you heard of that?
No.
Same sort of thing. It's just showing the way that when they do the investigation in the States, sometimes the police start off with who they think is the killer, and they will try and prove that rather than actually keeping an open mind and looking for the real killer. You know what I mean?
Good on you. All right. Well, thank you for that.
No problems.
Thanks, Simon.
Good on you, Simon. These things that are out there, and we could be in for lockdown. You never know when lockdown's going to turn up and bite you, do you?
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah. That's why Netflix and Stan, what else is there?
There's Binge.
Yeah, Binge.
Which is done through Foxtel. So we've got a few different ones because the daughters have signed up on an account and things like that. But,
do you need them all? Netflix gets you there. Next week, Netflix and Stan.
Look,
Stan's Channel 9, isn't it?
I'm actually not a big fan of Netflix.
Yeah, why?
Oh, look, because what bothers me with them is when you go into what's new to watch, Some of them have been there for a year.
Yeah, I know, but I haven't seen them.
But I'll tell you what I do have. I've got an app on my phone called Just Watch, right? And what you do is you put in your streaming service. So you put in Netflix, Stan, Binge, whatever you have, right? What you own. And you can actually search for movies through it, and it will tell you where it is available on your services. It comes up with what's new, but also gives you recommendations from things that you've watched previously. It's absolutely fantastic. But you can also put in a movie, if it's something you want, you can put in a movie and it'll tell you the cheapest place to buy it and the cheapest place to rent it. So I use it all the time. So if I want to watch something on Netflix, I'll go into Just Watch and I'll do a search for a movie and it'll come up and tell me where it is. And you can actually click on the movie if you've got the apps on your phone and stream it through to your service. It's brilliant.
You can buy movies on YouTube too, can't you?
You can, yeah. But you can put all that through your streaming. You can put that into this Just Watch. I'll tell you what, if anybody out there likes watching movies and has a few different of those streaming services, get this app, Just Watch. It is absolutely brilliant.
You put it on my phone.
Yeah, but you wouldn't use it.
I don't know how to use it.
No, you don't. You don't know how to use your phone, mate, except to make phone calls.
That's all I use it for.
I know. Phone calls and text messages.
And text messages.
That's about it. Yeah, technology's not real good.
Texting inappropriate people. I should be a politician. 13353 is the phone number. This is the night shift on Triple M. The night shift with Boner and Simon Stevenson here on Thursday, April 1. It's not Long Neck Friday, but I'm telling you this for nothing, Simon.
Yes, mate.
It'll be Long Neck Thursday.
It will be.
It will be Long Neck Thursday.
As soon as you get out of here.
Always drink responsibly.
Absolutely.
Always drink responsibly. 13353 is the telephone number. Simon, the new Corvette is coming to Australia.
It is later this year. The Australian outfit General Motors Special Vehicle, which came from HSV,
yes,
right, is releasing this thing later this year. The cheaper version is $145,000 plus on road. Yeah. Then you got a top of the line one for $160,000 plus on road. If you want a convertible, it's an extra $15,000. But it's got a speed of 0 to 100 in 2.9 seconds.
2.9.
Think about that. A 6.2 litre V8 engine, 370 kilowatts, and 637 newton meters of torque. I mean, that's amazing. Amazing.
Hang on. How much?
370 kilowatts.
70 kilowatts.
Are you trying to do a conversion over there, typing away? You're trying to work out what horsepower that is?
I'll give it to you.
Go on, tell me. I want to know. But, look, that's going to be a pretty nice vehicle, I reckon. And I tell you what, I wouldn't mind driving one. They look pretty flash.
6.2. Is that the same 6.2 litre V8 that was in the Commodores?
Yeah, so there's an LS3 and an LS2, I think, is what they're putting in them. But look, a very, very nice looking vehicle. If you want to see it, go onto the website and have a look at this.
How many kilowatts did you say?
337, I think. No, 370.
Yeah, okay, that's 496 horsepower.
But just remember, these things are made from fiberglass. They're pretty light. The bodies are all fiberglass.
That's 496.178 horsepower.
Yep.
370 kilowatts. Now, the Roush Mustangs are 650 horsepower.
Yeah.
But they're a supercharged V8.
They are a supercharged V8. But look, 2.9 seconds to zero, from 0 to 100 in 2.9 seconds.
I think the Tesla's quicker.
Yeah, look, it is. But Tesla's an electric car, mate. Come on, it's got no charisma.
No, I'm with you. I know. It's like,
geez, that sounds great.
It's like a flash golf cart.
Mate, it's like sitting on top of a sewing machine.
A golf cart.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
The day is coming, Simon Stevenson.
Yes, mate.
Whether you like it or not, that electric cars will outnumber petrol cars. And I think the day is coming, maybe not in our lifetime, you'll see electric cars racing at Mount Panorama.
Oh, definitely. But I tell you what, there's nothing like the sound of a V8.
I know.
You know what I mean? My brother just bought himself something. He bought himself an XD Falcon, XD wagon.
351 Cleveland.
351.
Yeah.
He's taken it. He's put a brand spanking new 6-speed manual in it. And it's a pretty flash car. It's only got 100,000 Ks on it. Right? It's immaculate inside and out. I saw it this weekend and I was just like...
Did you drive it?
Nah, he offered me a drive, but I didn't want to. I'd had a couple of beers, and I said, "No, I don't want to drive it, mate. No way." But it just brought back a lot of memories because my parents had that exact car when I was a kid, and look, it's a pretty nice piece of machinery. He paid 30 grand for it, and a month later he was offered 50.
Jeez.
Yeah, think about it.
133353 is the phone number. G'day, Fred.
How you doing, man?
Good, Fred. Welcome to the
Fred.
Man Cave, mate. What's up?
Well, I remember years ago when I was young, my mother ended up she got a present like a glass, but
You reckon this guy's had a few beers on hold?
I don't know, maybe.
No.
wine.
Fred, can you do me a favor? Fred,
Yeah.
have you had a couple of little drinky poos while you've been on hold?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, call us back a little bit later, Fred. You're dribbling, mate. Sorry, buddy. 1335. That conversation was going nowhere.
We were going to be here all morning.
That was going absolute nowhere. Love you, Fred. Have a great day, mate.
Yeah.
But seriously, mate, we're in the business of creating conversation here.
Not dribbling.
You are seriously dribbling. Mark, good morning.
G'day, bud. You know you've been talking about how Queensland is suffering through this lockdown right now
Yeah, Mark.
with a bit of financial difficulty. Through 2020, weren't Brisbane scoring 70% of the AFL travel? So wouldn't that have helped them out a little bit?
Well, I'm talking about the small businesses. Look, it was the Queensland government that chose to put Queensland into lockdown and shut the borders. I understand that, but I'm just saying for those small businesses and those small retailers and the coffee shops and the restaurants, they've had a terrible time. If people want to open, if retailers want to open for trade on Good Friday, they should be allowed. That's all I was saying. But
absolutely,
Queensland did get a lot of help from the federal government, and Queensland also got a stack of those cheap airfares, which went on sale at midnight last night. You're quite right, but I just feel sorry for him, Mark.
Oh, I don't doubt. I also like to say your show has taught me a brand new word that usually makes me laugh when you start your show, and that's sparrow's fart.
Sparrow's fart.
You've never heard it before?
No, and you usually start your show and you say it, and I absolutely love it.
Mark, you're in Adelaide, are you?
I am in Adelaide.
What do you do there?
I'm a truck driver. I deliver chickens to be
Chickens.
Chickens.
slaughtered.
Oh, you take them to go and say goodbye to the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's...
But, and your recent power pollen often, I think I'm finally going to buy some.
Get it.
I like
Give it a
the
go,
idea
mate.
Mark, give it a go. Powerpollen.com.au. It gives you so much energy and it'll boost your immune system, and you'll get this extra deal with the Manuka honey and propolis or propolis lozenges just in time for winter, okay?
Yeah, I've been listening to you since about 2017. I just think you've finally got me with the power pollen. I think I'll be buying it within the next week or two.
Fantastic. Everyone's reordering, mate. If that's any indication, it works because everybody who's bought their power pollen through this program is reordered.
I just liked your guy before. Like, I usually have a Red Bull nearly every night. And that guy called earlier, said he hasn't had a
Jason
drink in a while.
Yeah, that's Jason.
Mark, that Red Bull. Seriously, you see see how much money Red Bull spend on advertising, on motor racing, and all the rest, right? And all these stunts they do. You're paying $5 or something for a can, is it? It's ridiculous. It's crazy stuff. Definitely. Get out of it.
Just get the nature bee in here. 133353. Good on you, Mark. Nice to know that you're a listener. It's quickie time.
It is quickie time.
Okay.
This one's hanging in here a while, I think.
4 days.
4 days. Is that a record?
No.
It's not.
We've had 5.
Have you?
Okay. One more listen. Clue number 1, 1985. No, clue number 1 was British rock band.
Okay.
Clue number 2, 1985. Clue number 3, and this was Jess's clue, Wolf.
Okay.
And can I just say, that is out there.
Okay.
Okay.
It's out there.
And I'm going to throw one in. This will probably give it away. Are you ready, folks? H2O.
So H2O? Water?
I'm just saying.
Okay.
H2O is clue number 4.
Wolf, 1985, and British rock band.
That is the quickie. 133353 is the phone number. The night shift, Triple M. It would be a terrible shame, Simon,
Yes, mate.
if the quickie wasn't one today and had to carry over Easter.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, I've told you know what it is now because I've told you because you never guess it.
No.
Are the clues adequate?
Absolutely.
What about Jess's though? Wolf.
Oh, it's out there.
That was out there.
It's out there, but that's good. That's good there.
There it is. Steve, what have you got?
Pet Shop Boys, West End Girls.
No, sorry,
Sorry, mate.
Steve. I'm sorry, buddy. Stuart, talk. Stuart,
G'day, Luke. How you going?
good.
I reckon it's Eurythmics. Would I lie to you?
Sorry, mate.
Oh, no.
Nope. Sorry.
Ah,
Okay.
all right.
133353. G'day, Paul.
How you doing, mate?
Good, mate.
Two things. The quickie and some interesting trivia that you asked about a couple of weeks ago.
I heard quickie. What was the other bit?
Some trivia.
Yeah, okay. Do the trivia first.
Speed zones between Sydney and Lithgow.
Sorry, mate. We missed that.
It's very noisy. Can you talk a bit clearer?
Hang on.
We haven't got all day.
Yeah, sorry.
That's all right. That's better.
You did a road trip out to Bathurst and the speed zones.
Yeah, I was talking about the speed zones between my front door and Lithgow. And you go through roadworks, school zones, 60, 70, 80,
100.
back to 60.
Back up to 50, down to
roadworks.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
I counted them. No, it was a couple of days after you mentioned it on the radio.
Oh, good, because my missus had a bet. What did Nikki say? Do you remember what I said Nikki said?
No, I can't remember.
I think she said 70. There'd be 70 speed changes between our front door and Bathurst. What did you count?
From the M7 to Lithgow, it was 21 plus school zones, and I had to take my boots off.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. And so you're so worried about the speed.
Yep.
You're constantly looking down at your speedo and you're not looking at the road.
I was thinking about this the other day, how you can be on I was on a single lane road, right? Single lane either way. In the back, I think I was coming up Kangaroo Valley, and it was 100 kilometres an hour in a single lane. And then you get onto a freeway and it's 110. Or then you get onto something like a 2-lane road, Mona Vale Road, and it's 80. Like, it's ridiculous. Who writes these things?
Paul?
Yes.
What was your quickie?
Warren Zevon, Werewolves of London.
No, we've had that. Yeah, that was the wolf. That was the wolf thing. No, it's a bit more complicated.
Okay.
All right, mate.
See you,
Take
mate.
care.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Tony, g'day.
You there, Tony?
Tony.
Hello? Tony?
Yeah.
You
Hi,
there?
boys.
Hey, mate.
Tony, talk to us.
Yeah, I know the quickie.
Go on.
That's the Water Boys Hold the Moon.
Hang on. Well, let's go through the clues again.
Yeah.
British rock band.
Yep.
1985.
Yeah, that's when the song was released.
Jess's really weird clue. Wolf.
Howling at the Moon.
H2O.
The Water Boys.
We have a winner. Good on you, Tony.
Oh.
Finally.
I love that song.
Oh, there we go. We got it.
How
Hey.
good is that? Just before the long weekend.
Yeah,
There
but
you go.
I virtually gave it to you on a platter, don't you reckon, with H2O?
No. I had it. I just can't get through. I had it the first few days.
Tony, congratulations, brother. You've won the Triple M T-shirt. You've won the quickie. It went for 4 days, so well done.
Thanks, Luke.
Stay there. Jess will get your details. You have a fantastic Easter, okay?
You too. Thank you very much, boys.
See you, buddy.
See you.
It's a good song, isn't
Great
it?
song.
Haven't heard it in ages.
No.
Only here on Triple M.
I pictured crescent. You saw the whole of the moon. The whole of the moon. You were there in the turnstiles with the wind at your heels. You stretched for the stars and you know how it feels to reach too high, too far, too soon. You saw the whole of the moon. I was grounded while you filled the skies. I was dumbfounded by truth. You cut through lies. I saw a rain-dirty valley. You saw Brigadoon. I saw the crescent. You saw the whole of the moon. I spoke about wings. You just flew. I wondered, I guess that I tried. You just knew. I sighed. But you swooned. I saw the crescent. You saw the whole of the moon. The whole of the moon. With a torch in your pocket and the wind at your heels, you climbed on the ladder and you know how it feels to get too high, too far, too soon. You saw the whole of the moon. The whole of the moon. Hey, yeah. Unicorns and cannonballs, palaces and piers, trumpets, towers and tenements, wide oceans full of tears, flags, rags, ferry boats, scimitars and scars, every precious dream and vision underneath the stars. Yes, you climbed on the ladder with the wind in your sails. You came like a comet, blazing your trail too high, too far, too soon. You saw the whole of the moon.
Yeah, I haven't heard that in ages.
No, it's a great song.
It's a good song, isn't it? Whole of the Moon, the Waterboys. It was the quickie this week, and it went for the week. Started on a Monday, finished on a Thursday. That's timing for you. We landed it just nicely, didn't we? Did you notice that?
Yeah.
What about
you? Did give a good. You did give a good clue though.
Yeah, it was handed on the platter.
Yeah.
What about Jess's Wolf?
It was out there.
It
was good though.
Yeah. Dan, hello.
Yeah, g'day, fellas. There you go.
Good, thanks, Dan. Welcome to the Man Cave. We're man down today. It's not the same, is it?
No.
It's not the same without
we
Adam.
miss brother Adam.
Yeah. Dan, go.
Just a quick one. No, actually, a few quick points, mate. You're talking about pranks, April Fool's pranks and that.
You've got till midday, Dan. You've got till after midday. It's no good.
I'm too old for that stuff anymore, mate. But I'll tell you something very quickly about a prank that a person who will remain nameless did on his mum. And with only the pure bastardry that an arrogant little 16-year-old could do.
Yeah.
So basically, the old lady went out one Sunday night with a few of her friends.
This isn't you, is it?
Well,
yes, it is. Okay, I've picked you. Anyway, Dan, go on.
We'll change the name for this. For this call. Huh?
We'll change it to Daniel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
16-year-old Daniel. What has he done?
All right, the old lady goes out with her friends, says to me, older sister, right, tats got her numbers down. Like, this is back in the days when you used to have to film out yourself and, the big cards you used to put in and all that.
Yeah.
I knew where she kept her cards, right? So I went and found that bit of paper that my sister wrote the numbers down, and I took it, and then I wrote it out again, except I went and found one of her old tickets. She used to use the same numbers every week.
Yeah.
So I went and jotted out the line number 4 of one of her tickets. I wrote the exact numbers that were on one of her tickets down as the numbers that had been drawn.
Yeah.
So she gets home.
Yeah.
And your sister writes out she just thinks, oh, good.
And your sister doesn't know you've done this?
No.
Good.
Right. So the old lady who remains nameless for this bloke who did it, reads the bit of paper. It's got the numbers. She checks her numbers and she's going berserk. Oh, Christ, I've won. And I said, oh, really? Yeah. You want the real numbers now?
Oh.
So she
thought
she won.
Oh. How long did you let her go for?
Only a few minutes. Actually, the person who remains nameless let it go for a few minutes.
You want to make sure she didn't drain a bank account beforehand.
I would have milked it. I would have milked it a bit longer.
Yeah, it was good though. But like I say, these are the sort of things as a 16-year-old, you just have that evil, wicked sense of humour. And look, I've done plenty more things, but they're for another day. But just another quick thing when people talk about superannuation, right?
Yes.
Think about how many times the superannuation laws have been changed in the last 30 years. I've lost count.
Mm. Yeah, I know.
And there's a lot of people. Personally, I couldn't care less if I had $50 in super.
You will when you retire.
Who says I'm going to retire?
Ah, okay. So you're going to be like me, just drop dead in your job because I haven't got enough.
Well, I don't care, mate. I've survived 2 heart attacks. I couldn't care about superannuation.
But what about the drain on the system you'll be?
I don't think you heard me, mate.
I've had 2 heart attacks.
He doesn't care.
I don't care.
Dan, you're a man after my own heart. I'll just tell you quickly, I had to change super funds. We went from one to another, one to a better one, on advice. And Nikki is the sole beneficiary of everything.
Well, of course she is.
Right.
Yes.
Are you with me, Dan?
She's making sure you get plenty in your super, right?
You're with me? Yeah, she was the one who suggested salary sacrifice. She's the one who suggested salary.
She's going to outlive you, mate. You know that, don't you?
Well, I haven't finished telling my story if you'd shut up a second. So I had to change superannuation funds, right, Dan?
Yeah.
And so it involved people witnessing my signature in order for Nikki to be the sole beneficiary. And we did that. When did we do it? Last Sunday. I'm amazed my brakes haven't failed on my way to work.
Yeah. I was thinking that as you were saying it. I just thought that, but yeah, you look at it in all seriousness though. But when you get a lot of blokes that have been through life-changing things and different crises and stuff like that, superannuation is not something that's high on the priority list. Right?
It never is when you're young. It is when you're older.
But
when you and I, how old were you in 92?
92. Oh, Christ, I was born 60.
Oh, I'm just saying, I started work in 1978 and I didn't do anything about superannuation. Then Paul Keating made it compulsory in 1992. And if he hadn't done that, I probably wouldn't have anything. And how many Australians owe whatever nest egg they've got to Paul Keating introducing compulsory superannuation?
Yeah, but I understand. I understand where Dan's coming from. I mean, he's had 2 heart attacks. He's thinking, bugger it, I might not be here for this.
And also, and again, on a serious note, with a lot of blokes that have been put through the ringer through the family court, I've lost most of my super.
Yeah. I had calls saying exactly that last night. I hear you, Dan. Dan, how's your health now? You okay?
Oh, well, I'm still kicking, mate.
You're still there.
Still hanging in there, buddy.
Dan, thanks for your call.
Plenty of energy drinks, mate. Won't
No,
give them
no,
up.
Nature B. Get your Nature B. Dan, thanks for your call, buddy.
See you, buddy.
Bye-bye. But just quickly, Swift Grow. Simon, this unbelievable fertilizer that we discovered here on the night shift, and it's taking the world by storm. It's made by our mate Joe, who was a scientist who has a barramundi farm out at Riverston.
I tell you what, you said to me how good it was. I took that bottle home you gave me, and I'm telling you right now.
Tell the folks.
I kept saying to the missus, I'm going, come on, use it. She's going, yeah, it'll just be like everything else. Poured it on a plant that's been drooping. Next morning, the thing's it's like the leaves. It's the Viagra for plants, mate. I'm telling you.
It's
just amazing.
It's the Nature Bee and Viagra for plants, but you can put it on your lawn.
Yep.
You ask any gardener, they will have a separate fertilizer for the lawn.
Yep.
They'll have a separate fertilizer for citrus. There'll be a separate fertilizer, slow release for the general garden.
Yep.
This does everything.
Everything.
It does everything. And you notice the difference in 4 or 5 days. $29.95, Swift Grow. It comes from Barramundi poo. And it has won the 2020 Parramatta City Excellence in Technology Award. But what it does to the soil, it keeps working. And it keeps putting goodness in it. And what it does for vegetables is unbelievable.
Do you know what amazes me is how much you get out of that little bottle.
I know, because you only need a cap, and
That's
it does
it.
9 litres.
I mean, I thought, a litre. What's a litre going to do? And then you read the instructions of it, and you go like, wow, 9 litres for a cap. Amazing.
Swiftgrow.com.au. Get your garden ready. Get your soil ready for winter. You will thank me. Swiftgrow.com.au. Simon, I've got to let you go. You've got a job to do today.
I do, mate.
I'll let you go. Thank you for joining us on the Man Cave.
No, it's been great.
Adam will be back at the end of next week.
He will.
And we'll do it all again. If you want to contact Simon,
simonshouse.com.au, or you can go onto my Facebook page, Simon's House. If you've got any home improvement questions, barbecuing, anything like that, give me a hoy.
home improvement expert, barbecue master, Simon Stevenson, back again. See you, mate.
Thanks,
I'll
mate.
catch you over the weekend, all
Will
right?
do.